Hey guys, welcome back to Tanks of the Final. It's a very special treat for you today here in this T29. But before I get to the T29, I just want to let you guys know, so keep watching till the end of this video and you'll find out how you can win yourself a Tier 8 Premium. Anyway, back to the replay. So currently we are watching what is 2 plus 2, and I can answer that for you. It is in fact 4. Just in case anyone out there was wondering the answer to his name. Anyway, so we're watching what is 2 plus 2. Here on the Great Wall map, he's in a top tier matchup in his T29. Now, if you're looking at the map, it's a fairly even spread. I mean, his team hasn't lemminged one way or another, and at the moment, things could go either way. Both teams have got decent people, decent players, and they've got decent tanks, so it's pretty hard to pick one way or another how this is going to go, especially with the spread that his team has. They have pretty much covered all their bases. Now, the T29 is generally regarded as the best tier 7 heavy tank, and there's a couple of reasons why. The first reason is its turret, or its gun mantlet to be specific. It has well over 270 millimeters of effective armor, and so pretty much anything that you face, because it does include spaced armor as well, anything you face in the T29, if you can get hulled down and they can only see your mantlet, you're pretty safe. There is a cupola on top of the turret which is penetrated, but it's very small, so it's very difficult to actually get to. The other reason that it's quite popular and quite a lot of people like it is the gun it has is actually the same gun you get on the Tier 8 version, the T32. You could argue, and a lot of people do argue, that the T32 has a Tier 7's gun, but when you see how well T32s do, I think it's fair to say that the T29 has a Tier 8's gun. Anyway, so he's putting plenty of shots here into this T29 on the other team. If it was me in this situation, instead of going for the side of the tank like he did just then, I probably would have been going for the front drive wheel, because it would have been at less of an angle, and so that one shot that he did bounce and got absorbed by the tracks would most likely have actually gone through, tracked him, and if anyone else had dealt damage to him, would have got some XP from that as well. Now, for the more observant of you, you may see the scores are 4-8, which isn't the best news, considering, you know, you never really want to have less tanks than the enemy team. But you can also see, if you're looking at the bottom of the map, they are coming around now. So, top of the map, enemy has complete control. Bottom of the map, the enemy is coming around to surround them. So, what is 2 plus 2 is he's got some decisions to make here. But before he can make any decisions, he's got to take care of the tanks in front of him. So, now he's being capped. Although they have managed to pull one back, so it's 5-8, 5-9. Well, yeah, that's going to happen. But they are still being capped. And now it's 5-10. And that shot just went down the rabbit hole, I guess. That really just went into nowhere. But hey, we can't fret about that right now. He takes another kill, so he takes the ARL 44 out. So the scores are 7-12. So that means there's 8 enemy tanks on the opposite team, and he only has 3 on his team, including himself, and again he is being capped. Now, it would be a fair assumption that most teams in this situation wouldn't like to cap, and I'm talking about the enemy team. I mean, they are winning 12-7. They see some tanks on the enemy team, light tanks, heavy tanks, and they're thinking, you know, no cap, kill all. You can just see them spamming it in the chat there now. But one person is still sitting on cap, so One person is thinking, well, hang on, I mean, a win's a win. We, would rather guarantee a win. And then he's just gone and made the decision to get off the cap, as you do. So that may or may not have been a great decision. So they did manage to pull one back. The IS took out the 59-16, but now he's lost two more of his teammates. So now he's 1 versus 7 in the T29. Full health, granted, but the enemy has heavy tank, 3 TDs, medium tank, and 2 artillery, and they're not small artillery either. It's a M12 and a GW Panther, so that could go either way. And that's the dreaded E25. Now he's taken one. He's put one shot into him. Just one more shot will do it, and effectively using auto aim there. So that was well done. That was a good kill. Now that Cheeto manages to take out his ammo rack, even though he wasn't penetrating him before. With his side to the Cheeto, he took out his ammo rack. So he quickly repairs that, because when you're in a 1 versus now 6 situation, not being able to shoot is really one of the last things that you want to worry about. And there's the M12. So the M12 has just put a shot into him, taken his tracks out. He can't repair his tracks because he's just repaired his ammo rack. His driver has been taken out, and his radio operator has been taken out. Although radio operator is not a big deal because there's no one to talk to. He can talk to himself, but that's it. So within the tank, they can talk to each other perfectly fine. Now, it's 1 versus 5. So 2 TDs, I believe it's a Jackson and a Nashorn, or a Dickomax, and 2 artillery and a heavy. So what is 2 plus 2 here is doing what I think any smart person would be doing. He's staying arty safe, and he's waiting for his consumables to resupply. Now he's being capped, so now he has to move. There's only 1 on the cap at the moment, so you can assume, and it's the IS, there he is. Now there's 2 on the cap, he bounces that shot. Okay, that was unfortunate, although the IS only has the small gun, so that's better. He's going to go for the lower plate, but he goes for it, dips and goes to the side of it. So what the IS here is trying to do is trying to tie what is 2 plus 2 up, so that the other Jackson can cap. And he's doing a good job of it as well. He's firing gold now, but when he's got the small gun, that's generally what you'll have to do against something like a T29. But he managed to take him out anyway. So now that's 4 left. So what do we got? We have the Jackson, we have the Nashorn. Now he's in a very good spot here, because he is practically hulled down. The only thing is, artillery will be able to get a shot at him. He takes 1 shot. That was a high roll into the Nashorn, so that was a good shot, but he's still staying hull down here. He's trying to stay arty safe the best he can. Boom, there's another one. So we're up to over 4,000 damage now, and we've only got a GW Panther left, a Jackson who's firing APCR, was firing APCR I should say. So we have an M12 and a GW Panther. Now, what is 2 plus 2 has some decisions to make. He's not the fastest tank in the world, so he could go for the enemy's cap. But if he gets all the way there and one of the artillery hops on his cap, well, he's kind of buggered. Or he can stay and defend his cap. Oh, and look at that. GW Panther is aiming, boom, snapshot. That was a really good high roll there. So he's on over 4,500, and there's the M12. So the M12 has hit him from just over that rockfall. So he knows where the M12 is. There's no need to go and cap, there's no need to defend. He can go and hunt that M12 down, and that M12 will be a one-shot for him as well, since he's firing high explosive. Now he's currently on 8 kills. He's got Top Gun already, he's got Radley Walters, he's got every other medal you could possibly think of, but the one he wants, the one everybody wants, is that Kolobanov's medal. It's when you stand alone against 5 or more enemy tanks and win. So, how's he going to do it? You think he's going to get that shot into the M12? Get that HE shot in? Make it so he can grab victory from the jaws of defeat? Well, we'll have to wait and see. He's just checking around every corner. Because the thing is, firing high explosive, that M12 could take him out in one shot. It would just have to be a direct hit on the hull. If it hit the turret, too much armor. It may hurt him, may do critical damage, but it wouldn't kill him. But if I hit him on the hull, or the side of the hull, or the rear of the hull, it could very well kill him. But something very strange is going on here, because where's the M12? He fired the shot from over here, and he's not. Okay, maybe he's backtracked a bit to try and get a bit of a more front-on shot. So what is 2+2 here? He's taking a risk. Now the risk he's taking is he's hoping that the M12 hasn't gone for his cap, because if the M12 has gone to his cap, there's a very good chance he wouldn't get back in time. So he can either decide to try and hunt down the M12, or he can choose to go for the enemy's cap. But right up until 5 seconds before he hits the enemy cap, if this M12 hops on his cap, it could be. It's a very dangerous game to be playing. So we'll see how it pans out. I mean, it would be a bit of a heartbreak right now to lose this game. You know, you're having the game of your life. You've fought against, what were we, 7 enemy tanks by himself. There's only one left. It's only an artillery. Come on, you can do this. Although he hasn't found the M12 yet, so it's quite strange, because the M12 was down in the bottom left hand corner, and for him to have just disappeared like that is, yeah. The M12 isn't the fastest tank in the world, and neither is the T-29, so you probably would have expected the T-29 to catch him if he had come down this way. So the only thing I can think is that he's either gone around the hill for what is 2+2's cap, or he's gone through the middle. However, it doesn't matter now. So what is 2+2 is in the enemy's cap. The M12 hadn't started to cap him, and he has enough of an advantage now that even if the M12 did start capping, it would still end in a win. So now the M12 has some decisions to make. One, he can either stay where he is and fire blindly into the cap circle, hoping to get some splash damage and reset, or kill. Or he could drive right into the cap circle and shotgun him. He could come from a different direction, but whatever he does, he hasn't got long. There's 2 minutes left in the game and less than a minute left to cap out. So what is 2+2 is doing the right thing here. He's sitting on the cap. There's not a lot of time left, and this not being a fast vehicle, he's not going to be able to scour the map to hunt that M12 down, especially if that M12 is moving. So he's got less than 40 seconds to go now. The M12 could be anywhere. Could be coming up on his right side. Could be coming up in front of him. He could be doing anything. If I was in the M12, you just got to go all in, don't you, really? And there's a blind shot, so we know what the M12's doing. He's firing blindly into the cap, and he's not going to reload before the cap runs out. So that was that's a real shame. I mean, in terms of the enemy team, it was bloody well done on what is 2+2's part. That was an absolutely incredible game. So we'll go to some post-battle results screens now, and you can see there, Mastery Badge, everything else that only he can see, Steel Wool, High Caliber, Top Gun, Invader, Kolobanov's medal, Radley Walters medal. He's got everything. So that was a bloody well done job there. What is 2+2? My hat off to you if I was wearing one. Very impressive. I think anyone watching this video can agree. Anyway, so if you're still here and you heard what I said at the start of the video, you have a chance to win a Tier 8 Premium. So I'll be running a contest. It'll be going for the next 1 to 2 months, maybe even 3 months, depending how much interest there is. And all you have to do is create an intro video for this channel. So you can get creative, you can do it with tanks, you can do it with whatever you want. All it has to include is my name, and that's it. So what I'll end up doing is I'll get them all from you, so you can message me on YouTube and or send it to my email, or message me from my Discord, anything like that. Get it to me, I'll put them all up on YouTube, and then you can vote on them. So that's coming up. But yeah, feel free to send them in, message me, do whatever you want, get creative. It could win yourself a tank. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.